Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the list update where I talk about the 10 albums I heard recently for the first time. No joke before this one, I'm 2 videos away from finishing this all nighter and I want to fucking go to bed already. So let's just.
Veteran by JPEG Mafia.
I actually listened to this album around the time when it came out, but I wasn't as into music as I am now and thought it was a little too weird for me. Funny enough, on this re listen, I don't think it's weird enough, especially considering what wild rides his last few albums have been. It's honestly my least favorite Peggy album, but it's a good sign that this is still a great album, even at my least favorite.
Glorious by Glorilla.
How the fuck does Glorilla have an argument for Gospel Song of the Year?
Toxicity by System of a Down.
Yeah, this album's a classic. It deserves its classic status and it kicks ass and has some incredibly catchy and memorable moments. I really don't know what to say other than just, I don't know, listen to it. Like, even if you're not like a metal fan, listen to it. It's great.
Ready to Die by the Notorious B.I.G.
While this was a pretty good album, I think I honestly just might be a little bit more of a Tupac fan, or maybe this album hasn't really aged the best in comparison, but it's got some real uncomfortable moments. Somehow, listening to Biggie getting head over an entire interlude isn't the worst of it. I don't need to hear what Biggie Smalls getting a blowjob sounds like. Like, that just doesn't need to happen.
Ants from Up There by Black Country New Road.
So, for the last little while, I've been trying to get back in touch with rock music because that was what I primarily learned as a drummer, and I listened to a lot of rock music back when I was a kid. And all my fellow music reviewers have been ranting and raving about this band and this album since it came out in 2022. You know, I wonder what this is all about anyway. You know what? I'll just give it a listen right now. Yes. Yeah, never mind. I haven't leveled up in my music nerdship to really understand what the fuck is going on or this album in general. I'll try it again sometime.
Monster by Future.
I liked it while I was listening to it, but I also literally forgot how most of the songs went right after I heard them. That's probably not a good thing. The album was still a good time, though. It's just not a very memorable one for me. Although I do really like the more aggressive delivery that Future has on this project compared to some of his more kind of zoned out and spacey delivery on some of his other work.
Dangerous, the double album by Morgan Wallen.
You know, I was hesitant to give this guy a listen after he got leaks, getting a little too comfortable using words that ain't his, and after listening to this album, I am glad I did hear it because it did have a few songs that I did enjoy. A few kind of silly songs, especially I Want a Boat. I Want a Boat's honestly kind of funny, and it does have a lot of forgettable ones as well. Country music has invented their very own Drake. Honestly, kind of proud of him because I thought it was a one-time thing. Although I do wonder who the Kendrick Lamar of the country music sphere is. So let me know in the comments who needs to get in a beef with Morgan Wallen and call him a pedophile for the entire country.
Get Away From Me from Nellie McKay.
So this was a weird little artifact of the early 2000s that video essayist Lindsay Ellis mentioned in her video about protest music of the 2000s. There were 2 moments from the album that were on the video that made me decide I had to hear this album for myself.
Yeah, I love my coffee black.
Motherfucker. Would you believe that this is a vocal jazz album that occasionally dips into cringy white people rap? Or that it's actually not the worst? It's actually pretty good, and I think I like it a little more than I honestly should.
Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd.
Alright, so I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and single out one particular person. I don't know if he'll watch this video, because I don't know how much he watches my videos. But hey, T, my little brother, this is not Pink Floyd's best album. It's a good album. It's good. But The Wall doesn't have Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast on it. God, this was just a weird fucking album.
Ultra 85 by Logic.
You know, I'm not really a huge Logic stan or anything like that, but I have heard about Ultra 85 for like years at this point, and for all that buildup, I was hoping for a little more, I guess. It's a good album, and I enjoyed listening to it, but there were quite a few forgettable moments and some absolutely pure cornball, like concentrated corn, more than the Midwest in its entirety. But it's honestly too well-meaning for me to not at least enjoy the time that I spent with it. That'll be all for this video. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see y'all for the next review. Pieces.